What is up, everybody? Today we're going to try to do about a 10-minute workout. This video is going to be where you can work out along with me. I like to do some sort of workout every day, but I'm not someone who's good at sticking to a schedule or following a routine. So a lot of things that I do, if I'm not doing like a video watch along, where I'm watching someone else and just kind of learning things they're doing, I'm making things up as I go just so that I have fun and I can kind of keep my mind entertained. And that's how I'm going to do this video. So we're just going to jump right into it. You might remember back in school that you would stretch and everything like that to warm up. I kind of like to treat my workout as the warm up by having control of my intensity as I do it. So as I get able to do more things, I'll go more intense if I want to. But as I start my workout or I start any training, I always start out super light, just getting warmed up. So here in the beginning, we're just going to start out. We're going to put our palms straight out. We want them up. And we're going to roll them slowly forward, small circles forward. This is to get our shoulders warmed up. Moving our palms out kind of stretches out our arms. I really like doing this before and after swimming. This is something I'll kind of do before I spar sometimes or after I spar. Depending on the intensity at which you do it, it can be a warm up or a cool down in my opinion. All right, now we're going to stop. And we're going to do the same thing, but we're going to go in a counterclockwise motion. The more you do these, the more comfortable it becomes. If you're starting to feel a burn already, it's okay. It's just because you're not used to it. Over time, you'll get used to it and you'll just be able to do this like it's no big deal. You can set timers for these if you want to have a more structured workout. I just honestly like to go for the feel. All right, I feel good about that. We can put our arms down. I like working on kicks a lot. I like making sure my legs gain flexibility and stuff. So in this next one, we're going to work on just throwing a push kick, almost like in a yoga type pose. So I'm going to be in my orthodox stance. That's my left foot forward, my right foot in the back. All my toes are pointing straight forward. Let me get where my legs are a little easier to see. I'm bringing my back foot up. I want my thigh to come as close to my chest as I can. And then I'm moving my foot straight out with my heel up. I'm not having my toes pointing forward when I move my foot up. And I'm going to do that about, we'll say 10 times on each foot. So from the back foot, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. I'm going to switch my stances so that my left foot is now the back foot, toes pointing forward. Same thing. My biggest thought when I'm doing this drill is I want my thigh coming to my chest. I'm not too worried about how high my kick is getting right now. I'm just warming up. 1, 2, 3. I'm keeping my hands up too, just out of habit. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. All right, from here, I really like to just, if you haven't done a lot of striking, you'll want to just do the footwork, but I like to work some strikes into this. So The way my coach taught me, we call these down and backs. I'm going to throw 1s and 2s as I'm going down and back my mats a couple times. When I'm in my orthodox stance like I am right now, the left foot steps and the left hand goes forward. And I like to work it backwards too. When my right foot steps, that's when my right foot fires. This is the most traditional movement in striking. And here in a minute, I'm going to add my own specialty to it, which I call the other side. I'm going to turn around so that y'all can kind of see what this looks like coming forward. I'm just taking my step 1 foot at a time. I'm not crossing my feet. And I'm throwing strikes while I step. As I feel more comfortable, or as you feel more comfortable, I'm going to switch stances now and go to southpaw. You'll start wanting to move your head, working on head movement, and then also going left and right. You don't want to just only be forward and back. You'll want to build your own routine if you're really getting into striking to where you're getting an even amount of every movement. A little tidbit I'd add, I didn't plan on adding this today. Something else I added to my striking. You don't just want forward and back and side to side. A lot of times you're going in a circle. You need to practice your pivot with the strike. And if you have a bag right in the middle, that works really well. If not, just tying a string down from something works great for that too. All right. Talking while doing this takes my breath a little bit. All right, so from here, I'm going to get into a little bit of ab work. So I'm going to sit down on the floor and we're going to do what I like to call bicycles. A lot of you are probably going to know what these are, but I go back to thinking about my push kicks on these. When I'm doing these bicycles, I want my back up pretty straight and I want my chest forward and I want to be bringing my thighs as close to my chest as I can on each one. And I'm going to do 25 bicycles. With the palms of my feet, I want them up just like on my kicks. If you want to have your hands on the mats, that's great for balance. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. I don't want my knees folding out like a V. I want them coming straight back like a kick. 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25. Now, we're going to do the exact same thing, but in reverse. Kind of like we're backward pedaling. If you want to get fancy, or over time as you gain the muscle clarity, instead of having your hands to balance on the mat, you can keep them up like this. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25. I felt those ones. I really like staying with my striking, and I like getting all my work in at once. So I don't really like to pause here, but if you need a drink of water or if you need to do anything, feel free to do that. From here, I'm gonna go back to my footwork, but I'm gonna work uppercuts this time. So instead of 1s and 2s on my steps, I'm throwing uppercuts. Something I really need to work on with this for myself is getting my hands back to my head after each step. So even though I've been doing this, I feel like I've been doing this a long time. There's a lot of people out there who have been doing this a lot longer than me. You can see how I'm slowing down to make sure I get my technique right. If you're just wanting a crazy cardio workout, you can do this really fast. Or you can build technique. Something else I'm thinking about with the uppercuts, I'm thinking about how far their head might be. Something I've learned throwing uppercuts, I'll turn around so y'all can see me. When I throw them, I feel like their head's gonna be like just right here. And it rarely is, it's usually way out here. So I've had to adjust and start throwing like this instead of in here like this. I need to be out here. And it takes work. But I can feel, when I do them right, I can feel that motion in my hip. Where it's little energy and a lot of power. So I really like working on these. Now I'm gonna switch stances and go southpaw. And it may not be pretty, but we're in here getting the work done. It'll look better the second time you do it and the third time you do it as compared to the first. It's okay to strive for perfection and to beat yourself up for not being perfect. But we always got to give ourselves credit for what we do accomplish. Otherwise, things can get really discouraging. So even right now, I guarantee my technique is off. I can feel me getting bladed. I'm not going fast, but I'm doing it. I'm doing something. I'm doing something I like to say to people I'm training. I guarantee I'm doing more than 90% of people in my city. Probably more than 90% of people in the country. And that's something to be proud of, not just for myself, but for you too. Now, I think we're around 10 minutes. Looks like it's at 14 minutes. Me talking adds a little bit to it. But great job if you made it this far. You just did a quick little 10-minute workout. These are things I like to do to kind of wake up for the day. Hope y'all do it and have a great day.